Before I introduce our president, a lady that I always introduce because at that household I know who runs the show and runs his life, Millie Lugo, ladies and gentlemen. Say hello to Millie Lugo. You'll get dinner tonight because I did that. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for our presidente, our president, and the person who came up with this whole program several years ago and called on me and Peter Spinelli, who's somewhere in the world traveling and couldn't be here. So I want you to give your applause to Nick Lugo, our founder and our president.
Thank you, Joe. Joe loves to do this, I tell you. Let's move forward. And I'd like to welcome you to our 8th annual Women's Luncheon. And if we have not met, my name is Nick Lugo. And the Women's Luncheon is one of our signature events because we're able to merit the accomplishments of outstanding Hispanic women in business. Selecting the honorees for this luncheon is not an easy task. And for that very reason, it was only fitting to include dynamic, young professionals that, for a lack of better words, are also doing their thing. Today, we're honoring Ms. Eileen Guzzle, president of IT firm Donnelly & Moore. Diane Morales, executive director and CEO of Phipps Neighborhood. Jaylene and Jewel Rodriguez, co-owners of Don Coquin. And Vanessa Rodriguez, manager of Latino Affairs for that great ball team, the New York Yankees. Presenting our first honor of the day, I'd like for you to welcome Ms. Joanne Fernandez from the Government Affairs Office. And to Joanne has always been a great supporter of this chamber, always there whenever we need her. And bright young lady, we honored her also, and she is what we refer to now as an alumni. How do you like that?
I like that. Gracias. Good afternoon. No, pero que se oiga. Buenas tardes. Ahora sí, estamos hablando. Muchísimas gracias. It is really a pleasure for me to be here. As Nick mentioned, I was a past recipient of this award. So I feel very honored to present it to a successor and to continue the tradition of one Latina helping the next Latina, helping the next Latina to the next Latina, because that's how it should be. So, but I must tell you that part of the reason that I am here is because of the support that Entergy has been able to provide to the New York City Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, and not only to the Chamber, but through New York City and Westchester County, providing 25% of the electricity that's used in our region. And to hear about electricity it makes me think, believe it or not, of Miss Eileen Gusso. Eileen Gusso came from Argentina to pursue her dream. Some people might call it the American dream, but Eileen had a plan. Eileen took the little bit of money that she had saved, put herself through college, and when she came out of college, right here in our backyard at Hunter College down the east side of Manhattan, she took that money and opened up her own IT company. Ladies and gentlemen, that little company, it's only worth like $10 million now. So that is the American dream coming to fruition. So please, please join me in giving another round of applause to our woman in business leadership, Eileen Gusso.
Señores y señoras, y gracias a la Cámara de Comercio Hispana por este hermoso evento hoy. So, good afternoon, everyone. I would like to thank the New York City Hispanic Chamber of Commerce and Energy for welcoming us today. I am Eileen Gusso, president of Donnelly & Moore, an IT consulting and recruitment firm out of the tri-state area, serving a wide variety of industries, namely utility, financial, government, business entities. But more than anything, I want to tell you a little bit about my story to help others that might have dreams like I did when I was 18 years old, and I still do. So I'm originally from Neuquén, a province in the south of Argentina. In the 1990s, I arrived in the US to pursue my dream. I think it was my mother's dream as well, and I started at Hunter College. I financed all of my studies while I worked full-time and studied full-time. Even though I was exhausted, I had tenacity and perseverance and a great respect for the shot at my dream. I was granted working visa status in the US. I began my sales career in the textile industry, actually. I've sold a little bit of everything. And after several months and a generous gift from my uncle, $1,000, I started my information technology consulting firm. I was 24 years old. It's been 17 years since I started my business in a basement with a telephone and a fax, but a can-do attitude and spirit. Since then, the company has grown to well over $10 million in business. We've consulted in large IT projects and provided successful IT professionals in a variety of industries. Some of my customers have been Morgan Stanley, Merrill Lynch, UBS, Time Warner, US Navy, Goldman Sachs, A&E Television Networks, Department of Defense, just to name a few. I care about my clients and I care about my dream. I continue to work, to ask questions, to seek what's needed with my clients, and just overall always caring about what you do. That original telephone and fax machine from 1996 no longer exists, but I have my faith and tenacity, and I have my business. Thank you for welcoming us today and allowing me to share my story. I hope this has inspired you to fulfill your dreams. Thank you.
Senator is the Assistant Director of Business and Diversity Initiatives for the MTA. And we've all heard about the MTA these days, right? They're all over the place over here. Nothing has to do with Senator. Senator is in a great place, and she's the one that helps us out.
Good afternoon. MTA going your way?
Hey, hey, hey.
Yeah. Buy those Metro cards. Nick, thank you so much for having the MTA here. I think it's a wonderful thing to work with your chamber. In addition to having you put the women up front this time around, I think it's a very, very intelligent decision that you've made here today. So thank you, because we have a wonderful group of women that are being honored here today, and it's really exciting to come back to the Bronx, because I am from the Bronx, and you know, it just give this next award to one of my favorite teams or staff that's on this team. So without further ado, I'd like to talk a little bit about our next honoree, Vanessa Rodriguez. Vanessa Rodriguez is currently the manager of Latino Affairs for the New York Yankees. She works as the in-house resource for all Hispanic matters and oversees the organization's interaction with the fastest growing community in New York City. Her experience has helped her to develop new initiatives that connect the Hispanic market and the Yankees organization. Vanessa, the New York City Hispanic Chamber of Commerce honors you for your amazing accomplishments and your example as a dynamic young professional. I'd like to give you your award now. Thank you. Can I just say one last thing to Vanessa? It's a long road that women have come through, okay, to get to this point. To be the forefront is a challenging position, and I know this because I do the Business and Diversity Initiatives for the MTA, one of the largest agencies in the nation. I'm the only Hispanic woman there, so with the fact that you are women of history today, okay, and the fact that you are Hispanic, I congratulate you. Thank you.
So I want to introduce to you our next presenter, who is Mark Jaffe. He's done a tremendous job with the Greater Chamber of Commerce, and he will introduce our next awardee.
Thank you, Nick. I didn't know that we weren't the same age, basically, but Nick and I have so much in common. We love family, we love society, and we love doing good deeds. So, Nick, thank you. How many people here have been to Don Coquille? I don't know if anybody's been to Jimmy's Bronx Cafe, but yeah, let's hear it. Let's hear it for Jimmy. He did a great job. He raised a great family, and now from Jimmy's Bronx Cafe, we have new restaurants coming up. And they're popping up in my home county of Westchester. You heard Nick mention that I ran for office. It wasn't a good year for Democrats because of Rob Astorino. He's running for governor now, but a lot of the Democrats stayed home. But when you want to go out to a good restaurant, you now have Don Coquille, not only in White Plains and New Rochelle, but back here in the Bronx, Jimmy's Bronx Cafe. He must be very proud that Don Coquille is now in City Island. So where is the honoree? Come on up. Here is Miss Rodriguez. And you can see why the City Island restaurant Don Coquille is going to do so well. And we're all going to go there and celebrate. And we want to hear about your family's restaurant successes and about what you and your sister are doing to make Don Coquille one of the finest restaurants in the area.
Hi, so yes, as he mentioned, my sister and I and my brother are running all three Don Coquilles in the footsteps of my father, Jimmy Rodriguez, who had Jimmy's Bronx Cafe, Jimmy's Uptown, Jimmy's Downtown, and Jimmy's City Island, all which made history back in the early 2000s, late 90s, and set the tone for fine dining Puerto Rican restaurants in New York and probably in the world. We've always had cuchifrito spots, but never really a fine dining atmosphere where people and families alike can come and enjoy an experience that, you know, Italian Americans were enjoying at the time. So he really brought to light a way that we can share our culture through food and through music. And my sister, my brother, and I have had the privilege of meeting amazing people such as Mark Anthony, Tito Puente, when he was alive, Celia Cruz when she was alive, legacies, Tito Nieves, Fat Joe, so many different people we've met, and Congressman Serrano is so much a part of our family and our legacy as well. So it is an honor and a dream, and to be back in the Bronx is overwhelmingly exciting. So we're really, really happy about that. I want to thank you all so much for coming today. I'm humbled by this honor and all the wonderful achievements of this organization, making it possible for Hispanics to dream big and reach their goals. We're a culture based on family values and hard work. Every day I feel blessed and proud of my heritage. Every day I feel blessed and proud to go to work with my family, my sister, brother, father, and even mi abuela who hosts on Sundays. Every day I feel blessed and proud to instill my values and ethics with my colleagues and other Latinos and Latinas alike. Every day I feel blessed and proud to know that my hard work inspires my daughter to achieve great things with her life and inspire others to take risks, continue their education, and go for their job, their big job, or open a business. Your organization, Nick, gives confidence, support, guidance to those in need, and I'm truly honored to be recognized today. I wish this organization prospers and continues to help Latinos and Latinas alike fulfill their dreams. We have come a long way. Thank you so much again.
There's a lot of love in your organization. Again, very rare in the business world. Diane is the Executive Director of Phipps Neighborhoods, a multi-service agency helping children, youth, and families overcome poverty.
Buenas tardes, mi gente, ¿cómo estamos? I'm the last one up, so I'm going to try to keep it brief. On behalf of myself and the remarkably talented team that I have at Phipps Neighborhoods, not that they told me to say that, some of whom are here with me today, I really want to express my deepest appreciation to the New York City Hispanic Chamber of Commerce and Nick for this recognition and honor. I also want to especially extend my appreciation and congratulations to the women who I am so honored and privileged to share this honor with today. Thank you. I wanted to take just a brief moment to tell you a little bit about our work at Phipps Neighborhoods. I know that Nick already introduced us a little bit. We're a nonprofit organization we're neighborhood-based here in the Bronx, and we help children and families overcome poverty. We do that through education, career training, and access to important services. Despite claims of a post-racial America and the election of a black man as President of the United States, poverty, unemployment, homelessness, hunger, and imprisonment continue to plague our black and brown communities, primarily and disproportionately in the households led by women. In order for us to effectively counter these national trends, it's all the more important that we form cross-sector alliances to combat the symptoms of poverty and support our communities to rise above it. And that is exactly why this honor is so important to me, a Latina, daughter of a maintenance worker and a secretary who grew up in Bed-Stuy. Those of us in this room today are a reflection of the American dream, as one of my colleagues referenced earlier, that we can do or become anything. That dream was attainable for us, as it was for a young black boy raised in a single-parent household who grew up to become the President of the United States. It can be true for all of us. It should be true for the young people in our communities. Your recognition here today is important to me because the notion that rising out of the poverty that we are born into is possible. And as the first generation of my family to attend college, I am testament to that. Your recognition is important because if we strengthen our communities and build academic and economic opportunity, we can eliminate unjust inequalities and help lift our people out of poverty. Because our communities represent the fastest growing population in this country, because our communities represent a significant percentage of the workforce, because our communities are powerful contributors to the local and national economy. For all of these reasons, your recognition is so important to me, and it's important to our communities. I hope that each of you in this room will consider a cross-sectoral partnership with us as we work to increase education and economic opportunities for everyone, thereby unleashing our potential. It's important Because where there's opportunity, there is possibility. And where there is possibility, there is hope. Siempre pa'lante. Muchas gracias.
Great afternoon, everyone. The New York City Hispanic Chamber of Commerce is a membership organization. We depend on member contributions and support to bring the resources and information necessary for the Hispanic communities and the Hispanic businesses. There may come a time when your business may need people to advocate against unjust fines and penalties, or even exclusion from important contracts that can help your business thrive and get to the next level. As a member of the New York City Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, you have access to a large network of supporters. We will be launching our website within the next couple of weeks with a feature that will grant all of you the opportunity to network and connect with one another, even surpass luncheons such as these. I am not here to convince anyone or all of you to join the chamber. The fact is, it's not for everyone, because we too have a reputation to maintain and uphold. I've learned in my short time of existence in this world that we need people, we need each other. As the Hispanic community rises, it is crucial to stick together, and our network must become stronger. I encourage you to become a part of something bigger than yourselves. One can only hope that you choose the New York City Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. Thank you.